Hello, my name is RaShya Cunningham, and I am a 1L at the University of Minnesota. This is my second video diary entry, and highlights of the semester would definitely have to be the people. Dean Keyes and Dean Whitman, who were personable and accessible, my professors who were engaging and weren't condescending, Professor Okediji, who was just full of energy, and she really wanted us to learn. She probably had the best teaching style for me. She was very direct with what she wanted us to get, and I learned that teaching style was highly correlated to how much you'd enjoy the class. Contracts is by far my favorite class just because I felt like I had an understanding of what it was I was supposed to be getting. She called us her babies, and she just went out of her way to help us learn. It was very comforting for me. My classmates, who are some of the brightest people I've ever met, but they're still so down to earth, and they were just compassionate, and it's a rare combination, and I didn't realize in advance how much the people component would factor into the level of enjoyment that I got from law school, but it was significant, and I'm just really grateful that I was placed in this group of people who were just great. It was, like I said, it was obviously, I said it first, one of the biggest highlights of the semester. The second highlight was getting to discover a new city. That kind of gave me a sense of excitement that I don't know if I would have gotten had I stayed in the same city and went to law school. I really enjoyed just going to different venues and restaurants and the Mall of America, and I got to see the Scottsboro boys play and go to a Vikings game, and it just kind of added to the sense of newness of the city, and it gave me a mental break of sanity away from the law school and the law school library and books. So the people were great. The city was great. My sorority sisters who came through for me and just, wanted to show me around and make sure that I got oriented to the city and I knew my way around. And those things were some of the outside highlights. The academic highlights, one of the biggest ones was getting a routine down, learning how to glean a rule from the court's opinion and not trying to consume every line in the case. Really, really helped me to feel like I was making progress and to put that uncertainty to rest. I described it to my mom like someone's putting you in a room with all of the resources that you need, but the lights are off and you have blindfolders on and you don't know where to start and what to do first. And so it was kind of like the blindfold was coming off and the lights were coming on, and I was getting a better idea of how to navigate the law school environment. And so that definitely was a highlight of the semester. Some of the things about the semester that I was not so crazy about. Law school is hard. It's hard. It required a lot more effort than I'm used to exerting to be successful in school. And again, it created that sense of uncertainty that I was not comfortable with. Legal writing is another thing I wasn't crazy about. I won't say it's barren, but I will say it gives new meaning to the words concise. There's no poetic language. There's no descriptive language. It's just be direct, make your point, make your argument, a short analysis. We just kind of want to get to the meat. And it was kind of disappointing. I was looking forward to writing and, I love language, and it wasn't like that at all. Another thing that I'm not so crazy about is this waiting period beyond exams. It takes a while to get your exam grade back because, you have 50 students who are writing for 2 or 3 or 4 hours that a professor's trying to grade for. So obviously it's going to take some time, but you just kind of want to know, especially the first semester. What are my grades? What are my grades? What are my grades? Let me see. That was highlights and things that I was not so crazy about. A change that happened in me that I actually really enjoyed was that I don't look at anything else the same. Some classmates and myself, we were jaywalking. I know, right? We were jaywalking, and I kind of shouted out, "It's okay, we're law students." And one of my classmates goes, "No, a defense, your own understanding of the law is in defense." And I replied, "Well, that's only if it's a crime that's not a strict liability crime and there's a mens rea to negate. Jaywalking is a strict liability crime. There's no mens rea." And we got this entire conversation from jaywalking. And that kind of happens all the time now. You don't look at anything else the same. You order something and you go, "Wait a minute, is this a contract?" There's a legal analysis to everything. And I like it. it allows me to use some practical application with some of the concepts, and it brings the understanding full circle. So that was like a change that happened in me that I actually liked. Another thing that I really liked, I guess these kind of went under highlights, huh? Another thing that I really liked was that I think the legal environment really invests in the law students. Um, they're they just really, really want you to do well. There are, a ton of things for you to do, and it motivates me to do well because there's always lawyers and judges and just, your law professors have accomplished so much, and it's just really, really, really motivating to see how the legal environment invests in its law students. So that was something else I really liked. And then something that I wish that I had mastered. There were two things that I did not master over the semester that I wish I had. The first thing was my time, learning to say, no, I'm not going to that. No, I'm not doing that. There's a ton of stuff for you to do. There's a ton of social activities. There's a ton of law-related stuff. During your lunch hour, there's always seminars and presentations, and you want to go to everything. You want to learn everything, but like halfway through the semester, I just had to shut a lot of things down and say, I'm not going to that. I can't make that. I'm not going to do this. Just because it's easy to just do a million things. There are a million organizations, and you need to study. And so, learning to say, I appreciate all these opportunities and all of these, things, events that I can go to, but I'm just not going to make it because I have to study. The second thing that I think that I didn't master that I would have liked to was that there are a ton of resources. There are answers and explanations. There are commercial outlines. There are a ton of things to help you study and prepare for exams. And you want to utilize them because you feel like you're missing something if you don't. But it's important to understand your study habits and what you need to do to be successful and how these things are going to benefit you before you just start using all of the things that some of your classmates are using. So I just kind of cut it off and really focused on what I needed to do to learn. And now I feel like I'm in a better position to approach those study aids than I was before. So just a quick recap, 15-second recap. Highlights for the people that I got the opportunity to study with, exploring the city and building a support network, learning a routine and figuring out what it was I needed to do to be successful in law school. I'm not crazy about the uncertainty that the additional effort that I was required to exert created. I'm not crazy about legal writing. I'm not crazy about the amount of time it takes for me to get my exams back. I wish I would have mastered a little more time management about how to venture off into different events and make sure I was still studying. And then I wish I would have mastered some of the study aids that were available and learning how to fit them into my already study routine. So those are two things I'm going to work on next semester. I'm looking forward to next semester. I have constitutional law and corporations. I think I have property too. I will do another video diary once the semester gets underway. If there are any questions, I know I said a lot in a short amount of time. I try to keep this under 10 minutes. Please use the hyperlink and email me. And I will